Welcome. Not really sure what to call this, so just call the stream whatever. So, what's up? How is everyone? My morning blend was less than ideal. I spent time on Jedi Bill's channel. Oh, and I've lost at least 4 subscribers, probably because of the morning brew. But other than that, things are just peachy. How is everyone today? So let's see if anyone is going to be in the chat today. Considering this is an impromptu stream and no information has gotten out, I doubt anybody will be showing up while I'm on. So I will just say I was less than satisfied with how the morning brew went today. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Oh, I did get a chance to talk to Professor Brainy Speck some today. That was a needed conversation. And so let's see here. I'm going to try to see if I can get a couple people to come on. I don't know. But it doesn't hurt to try, does it? So let's see here. Okay, I've got those messages sent. And Kapla, bird of prey, what's going on? I'm surprised to see you on. I figured you would be um, busy doing your getting ready for DS9 Wednesday. Let's see what's going on in the chat. I had to send another message. And hello, that Nigel's movie guy. Bird of Prey mostly ready for the DS9 Wednesday, apart from doctor's appointment in a few minutes. Hopefully that doctor's appointment goes well. And can Jack Ben pumpkins for everyone. Well, that's kind of cool. Let's see here. Let me check this one thing out real quick. Go with there we go. Oh, for fuck's sake. Really? Okay, now. Okay. Saw something posted on Twitter just a second ago. I'm trying to see if I can find it real quick. Let me look. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay. Good to hear. And Speaker for the Dead. Why is what so quiet? That's true, Kinchuk Ben. Nobody ever gets quiet. And no, nobody's said that. Help, yeah, yeah. Speaker, headphones can kind of help. I was hoping that the links I sent out would be that people would be available, but obviously not. So I will go ahead and put the link in the chat just to see. If anyone wants to join the stream. So what's going on? I see that there are 5 people watching, which is kind of a surprise since there was like I said, impromptu stream. Nothing really planned. I just So what am I wanting to talk about today? Oh God. Let's see here. And good morning, Parrot Head. Well, enjoy your evening walk with the wife, Yosef. I am glad to hear you're able to do that. Old media guy. I am not seeing anybody. Oh, there it is. I didn't hear anything. And hello, old media guy.
Hey, Captain, how you doing?
Why am I not? Oh, the damn tab is muted. Stupid thing. Okay. Let me try that again. What's going on today?
Oh, nothing much. Learning Latin. Trying to learn Latin anyway. I got a new video just came out. Do a quick review of the classic Star Trek film series.
Yes, I saw that. With a nice, concise review.
Concise I can do, long-winded. Well, it does get people to tune out, I'll tell you that. So what have you been up to this morning?
Yeah, well, let's see here. I had I'll put it this way. I'll be more positive about it. I had a less than desired uh, morning brew, so I called it quits early.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
And I am just having a lovely stress-filled day, so yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
And I'm glad that you mentioned something about being backstage, because I had no idea that the tab was muted. Don't know why it was muted either.
Yeah, once I started doing these StreamYards, I realized how hard it is to manage everything backstage and be a part of the discussion and so on and so on.
It's it's funny because just talking is fine. Just reading it, just being in the chat is fine, but sometimes doing everything together, it's like, yeah, really?
Yeah, I completely agree. Kind of with the Star Trek metaphor, I kind of feel like this old codger has been slapped on the Enterprise and he's told to do something. He goes, "What? Do what? There's too many buttons. There's too many buttons."
And Ken Jackman is going to be making some coffee while listening. Actually, I wish I could use some coffee myself. So
Yeah, me too. My favorite's latte. What's yours, Captain?
I usually just have a little cream and sugar and just plain coffee.
There's something about a latte, how thick it is, that I really enjoy. I like viscous drinks in the morning. I don't know why.
I mean, it's not that I don't enjoy them. I actually do. I hadn't even. Honest, I don't like getting out. That's the only thing. I don't have a machine to make one, so.
Yeah, I've tried to make good coffee at home, and I succeed in making average, but never great. So the next thing you know, I'm going out to Starbucks to wait in line for a $5 coffee, which I could have made at home for, 50 cents or less.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't do Starbucks too often. I just make it a treat. But yeah, if I could figure out how to make coffee taste like I want it to taste, I'd probably do it. Oh, Ken Jack Ben, today I'll be adding butter to my coffee as a meal replacement. Works very well. I hadn't thought of that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I have butter to coffee. That's not one I've heard of before.
I've heard of it. I've never done it. Now, Ken Jack Ben, do you use salted or unsalted butter in your coffee? So I imagine that would make a drastic change to the taste either way.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I wouldn't. Figured out years ago if you know how to make espresso, you're halfway there.
Mm.
You do your milk, make it really sweet. So sweet you can barely stand it, and then add your espresso shot.
Well, that's interesting.
I don't know if I could handle that. I'm not. I mean, I used to drink sweet things, but that's not really my my thing.
When I was little, my grandmother would have a bowl of cereal for a late night snack. I don't mean Frosted Flakes. It'd be something like Corn Flakes or what have you. And I would say, "Well, what are you eating?" She said, "Corn Flakes." I said, "But it's nighttime." She goes, "This is my dessert." And of course, I'm 5 or whatever, thinking desserts have sugar. That's just corn. What are you doing? She said, "Well, it tastes sweet to me." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever. I'm 5 and you're 60 or whatever the age difference was." And now that I'm closer to a certain age, yeah, I really don't need all that sugar anymore. Huh. Salted butter, says Ken Jack Ben, because it's plain coffee, no sweetener. Butter gives you the mouthfeel that you're looking for if you can tolerate no sweetener. He's
Ah,
very The butter gives you the mouthfeel that you're looking for. That I can, yeah, I can just taste that right now. I'll let you describe it that way. I understand Arabic coffee. I mean, the real deal is you've got the coffee beans and you fry them up right then and there, and then you crush them and put them in your coffee, and then you add simply a pinch of sugar to deal with the bitterness. I've never tried it that way, but boy, do I want to.
well, if you ever do, I'd love to hear how it.
Yeah, I just need to go look for an Arabic restaurant in the Dallas Fort Worth area. I'm sure there is one, but because of a number of problems plus COVID, I simply haven't gone out and looked for any. I did find a Russian restaurant, and yeah, I'm not real good with milk products lately, but Russian meals with sour cream, yeah, I'm gonna have to try that. LDG Pixels is in the chat.
Can't watch long. Getting ready to head out in 45 minutes for root canal. Woohoo! Fun time. Yeah, that would not be on my list of fun times.
No, are they gonna knock you out, man, or do you have to just soldier through it?
I mean, I would probably put that on the list above watching the current Star Wars and Star Trek garbage. But other than that, and yes, I would rather have a root canal than be forced to watch the current incarnations of either Star Trek or Star Wars. And I'm not including The Mandalorian, by the way.
No, that's actually pretty good.
No, he's going to have to soldier it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I once heard of a story, and this must have taken place in the 20s, possibly earlier, back when sedation technology and such was not what it was today. And this kid had a sinus infection that he just let go. This was a kid at a boarding school back when boarding schools were the thing that if you were rich, you sent your kids to boarding schools and all the rest of that. So he had this sinus infection, just got worse and worse and worse until finally it was untreatable by antibiotics of the day. And they said, there's only one way this kid is going to survive. And that is we have to have surgery. We have to break open the nose essentially and pull out the infection. And that's going to be the end of it. And the parents and the kid are like, well, okay, we're going to do that. It sounds fine. What's the problem? The problem is you are so infected that we can only use a local anesthetic on you, cocaine. That's how long ago this was. It's still local, that sort of thing. So literally he was going to have to, as a kid, like a 9-year-old, he was going to have to soldier through the whole thing, be awake through the entire operation. And yeah, he wouldn't feel some of it, but he would feel a lot of it. And apparently the only way he got through, I mean, he turned white and started trembling like any person would upon hearing this. And he said, the only way I'm going to get through this is if you let my mom or dad into the surgery, into the operating room, and you allow them to read to me so I can concentrate on that rather than on what's happening to me. And in fact, they read him an Arthurian legend or something. I can't remember which one, but basically a knight trying to fight something really horrible. And he was concentrating on that. That's how I got through. So every time I think of having to go through some sort of procedure where it's going to be long and painful, or at least very annoying, I try to think of some story or other that's going to get me through.
And yes, let's see here. Yes, a Petrick. Root canal is not tragic. Had to, not painful at all. That all
It
depends.
helps if you go in drunk, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Sorry, Joseph. Sorry. Hey, Crimson Mist.
Hey, Crimson Mist, what's going on? Yeah, I've had two root canals. One went well. The other, well, let's put it this way. They missed an infection.
Oh,
I ended up in the hospital. The
man.
hospital, yes. The hospital couldn't diagnose it, so I had to go to another dentist who looked at my teeth and then said, "Oh, you have an infection." And hello, Crimson Mist.
Hello. I just had one last year.
How was it?
Relatively painless.
Oh, good.
But a few years before I had it, my first one, and oh my God, it was giving me a serious headache. I had to go in for an emergency root canal at an orthodontist, and right before the 4th of July holiday, and after that, it felt so much better.
Well, what happened was when I had the one, I woke up, went to bed like normal. I woke up, I was so dizzy, I got out of my bed, and the room was spinning. I mean,
Oh wow!
so I barely made it to. Well, I was heading for the bathroom, literally walking around my bed, not even 8 feet from the bed. And I barely made it to the bathroom. I did not make it to the toilet before puking.
Oh, man.
So, yeah. Fortunately, I had a towel right there. I could just put it over the stuff and walked into the bathroom or stumbled into the bathroom. And so I had to be taken to the hospital. I was in there for 3 days. They finally figured out, oh, well, we can't figure out what's wrong. Fine. Let me go to the dentist. Well, you'll have to sign out. Okay, fine. Signed out, went to the dentist. Went to a different dentist than what I went to originally. Because the dentist I went to originally was under my insurance and the cost was covered. The one I went to after that was not covered, but local. And so I went, oh, you have an infection. Okay. Could you prescribe medicine, please? Okay, why? Because the idiots at the hospital need something to give me so I can actually get rid of the infection. So I literally had him write down 2 versions of the prescription. One for the hospital, one to take to the pharmacy. I'm not going to pay the hospital as much as they want for the damn pills.
Yeah.
I went back to the hospital, was there for that night, and checked out the next day. I was feeling better at that point. Not great. Came home, was taking the medicine. Things finally cleared up, and I was better. But needless to say, that was not a fun experience.
No. Jack Ben says people were made of far more sterner stuff way back when, and that's true. And when I was a kid, I actually met some of those people. Obviously, they were much older than in their prime, and they were some of the. See, mean is not the right word.
No.
But guarded is. But guarded doesn't get the sense of. It's like if their body were a castle. The castle is to keep you outside and the pain from coming out too far.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the price of getting through that much pain is you've got this shell and only certain people get through. And if people get too close, boy, do they get nailed, even family members.
Oh, yes.
See you, Ken Jack Ben.
Yes, thank you for coming by, Ken Jack Ben.
So, Yosef, you got more cats yet?
Yes, more cats for Yosef. We must get more cats for Yosef.
I'm thinking of airlifting in several. Do cats come by the gross?
I'm sure they could. You could
Okay.
always, deliver him a pregnant cat.
A gross of pregnant cats.
And there would be like 500 cats for Joseph.
No matter who you are, 500 cats is too many.
Agreed. I don't think
Yeah.
that he would have a home. What's going on, Crimson?
Just busy at work. We're getting ready for the next semester, and drivers are doing inspections and trying to do some tech support with our drivers, because apparently their tablets are having issues. So naturally I'm chugging away. I just thought I'd drop in, see
Oh, I
how you
appreciate
were
it.
doing.
Well, let's just put it this way. I had a crappy morning stream, and
I'm sorry.
was feeling I wanted to have something a little more positive this time rather than ending the day on a down note.
No, what did you watch?
Stream-wise.
What did you watch this time that made you grumpy?
I didn't watch anything that made me grumpy.
Oh, okay.
It was just an overall bad stream. First one that really happened. So
Right.
I'm glad
well,
they're rare.
actually second, but first one for the morning brew. The other stream that didn't go well, I just ended it. I just said, screw it. I clicked end. At least this time I kind of wrapped things up and left a little quickly, but yeah. Let's see here.
That's only happened a couple of times for me on my shows.
Almost
yeah.
what, Joseph? You always do well in your shows. What are you talking about? I don't always get to hear them, but when I do, I don't hear anything wrong.
Parrot Head says, I would watch your morning show, but it drops about 2 a.m. my time.
Yeah. Yeah, I would too, but I'm waking up and getting ready to go to work. So
Okay, that's
it makes
when
it impossible.
That's when it starts, Parrot Head. That's when it starts.
Mhm.
Keep in mind, most of my shows go into at least 5 hours. This I didn't even try today. I just got frustrated with what was going on and said, fuck it, and I'm going off. And I actually was messaging a couple of people in the background, letting them know I was not satisfied with how the show was. They're like, why don't you end it? Okay, thank you.
Oh.
So let's see
Well, I
here.
want to ask what new movies you've been seeing, but Wonder Woman 84,
I have no desire to see that.
No, me neither.
Now, please.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go on. Go ahead.
One reason I name myself Old Media Guy is that means I don't have to see films like Wonder Woman 84 and then comment on them. I can wait for someone else to watch it, or lots of someone's, And if they all come in with the same review, I can say, you know what? I don't have to have that in my life. I can stick with the good stuff.
So let me ask this. How long ago did you choose that name?
I chose this name around September or October. I was on Discord with some friends and they said, well, you should start a YouTube channel. I'm like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
I need a name first. And they said, well, how about this? How about that? And someone came up with Old Media Man or Old Media Guy. I was like, oh, Old Media Guy, that works.
I like the name, yeah.
And then Yitzi did the artwork for me.
Yeah, why am I not surprised?
Yeah. I've got two blondes in my picture, so. And that was Yitzi's idea, the blondes.
Ah.
Yeah.
So I guess he has a thing for blondes.
Yeah. Blondes with marvelously red lipstick and outfits. And he's not wrong. I'm just saying he's got a thing for him. So I hear The Expanse is the new big thing for science fiction fans.
Correct.
I've watched like 5 minutes of the first episode and then something happened, like someone comes and drop everything. It's as far as I got. All I remember is a completely unrealistic zero-G sex scene.
Well, that's true. There was more. I found it difficult to follow. And I ended up watching several times the first few episodes, so it got a little easier to follow each subsequent time. But it's like, people were raving over it, and it's like, oh, all you have to do is get through the first season. It's like, no. I shouldn't have to get through the first season.
Yeah. No. I completely agree. It's like Blackadder. Someone says, do I have to watch the entire first season? It's like, no, there's about 3 you should watch, 2 at the outside, but definitely not the whole thing.
Yeah, I was listening to Literature Devils stream, and they were talking about all the iterations of Star Trek, and talking about which season it started getting good, and which one started going where it started going down in terms of quality.
Mm-hmm.
So the consensus was like for DS9, it started up okay, and then when the Dominion War started, it kind of started going down, especially with the last season, because it just revolved around the entire war instead of being kind of interspersed with single stories. And they also, and of course, with among other things, so I can do, and also with TNG, yeah, you have to wait. Even with when it started getting good, there were still pockets of bad episodes there that you got kind of skip over when you at your convenience there.
Hey, LDG.
Hey guys, coming in.
Hey, LDG.
You excited about going to the dentist there, LDG?
As excited as I can't even think because I have a freaking slight headache here. Yeah.
How about a Discovery Marathon?
I can't even do that in a Picard marathon. Yeah, I can't even have the lollipop they give you after because I'm diabetic. So yeah, I'm ready. Lots of fun. This came on real quick because just caught Doomcock's message about Discovery being the worst Trek. And I'm sorry, but as bad as Discovery was, Picard was a million times worse. I don't know why Picard's not getting the proper credit for being absolute crap that it should have. I'd rather watch
Mr. Cactus.
Picard any day.
Oh, trust me, I would rather watch Picard than Discovery.
At least Discovery had episodes I'd want to watch again. Very few, but at least they had a couple I'd rather watch again. There's not one episode of Picard that I wouldn't burn. If I had a button that said delete from the internet and everywhere, I would slam that button harder than hell.
There are definitely episodes of those that I would agree with. Well, let's see here. I can't think of any. I wouldn't actually.
We are the
yeah.
Borg until you open the garage door. Forgot who you were until you spelt your last name. I am an android, my mind to your mind.
Oh God, yes.
Magical supreme being that can't keep a portal open from the other end. Let's see here.
Hello, Mr. Cactus. And Parrothead asks or says, I'm sure they have sugar-free suckers. Well, do they? Let me ask that.
I don't know. I've never seen a doctor's office have sugar-free suckers. They always have that those little, you know, Wonka freaking lollipops that get for like a dime a dozen. Doubt they're sugar-free.
Dentist's office used to have sugar-free lollipops.
I don't mind going to the dentist. I mean, I've never had a bad time at the dentist. The only time I had a bad time at the dentist is when they used generic anesthesia to put me out to pull out my molar teeth.
Ooh.
Because I had an incapped molar that was growing in sideways, like literally horizontal.
Oh wow!
And it was just one though. And they went to pull it out, and they used cheap ass freaking knockout drugs. And I was out enough to be out, but I was still conscious. Like I could still feel everything they were doing. It wasn't painful, but I felt them like literally molesting my mouth in ways I couldn't believe my tongue stretched that far.
You know, the same thing happened to me.
Yeah. And they try to say you were imagining it. I'm like, yeah. You know what the odds are of me imagining being in a dentist freaking, like I felt what you guys were doing, for God's sakes.
Yeah. You can feel them tearing it out.
Yeah, like you're unconscious, but you're not unconscious. You're like trapped inside your mind. And you can literally feel their fingers deep in your freaking mouth, moving things around, stretching your lips. It's oh my God, dude, it was horrible.
Yeah, I got the same thing afterwards. Oh, it couldn't have been that.
Yeah,
really?
Bullshit. Oh, then I go back and I found out that there's two anesthesias. There's the light anesthesia, and then there's the deep anesthesia, or whatever. Knock you out completely. I'm like, yeah, thanks for being cheap. Once again, one-sided capitalism reigns above all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
you know, Keely Chow, if I had my choice between going to the dentist for necessary work and being in the same room with, I would choose to go
Bradley
to the dentist.
Gorbachev.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had a root canal before, and if this guy is any good, and they better be, because I specifically went to this particular dentist and saved up my insurance and paid over a year. and got specific insurance just for these people, because you know how insurance goes, you just can't get anything now, right? And the last one I went to, I barely felt a thing when I had my last root canal.
Good.
And these people should be better than that person. So at least when you walk in their waiting room, seems like they're quite successful, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So hopefully it should go without a fly. Luckily, the x-ray showed that there was no, the infection wasn't deep, or what do they call it? Abscess?
Yeah, abscess.
Abscess.
Yeah.
There's
Yes.
no like abscess or anything like that. That everything looked good. It should be smooth. He said that yeah, if you'd have waited too long, you get an abscess, and those are the painful root canals. I'm like, okay,
Yes, they
so
are.
it should be okay. But I don't know what it was, but dentists used to have something. They used to, I don't know if it was for the cleaning or what, but I do remember they did have something. It tastes pretty damn good. It's been so long. Yeah, it's been so long. But good news is, after the root canal and the capping of this, because it's 2 teeth, I got 2 teeth. One can be
Right.
saved. The other one can be just root canaled.
Mhm.
I'm going to get a full deep cleaning for free. Thank God. And I'll have some ultra white shiners to show on my next celebration. I survived the dentistry. And maybe I'll play something from Little Shop of Horrors. Dentist scene.
Now I'm picturing Jack Nicholson going to town in that dentist chair.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh.
Hopefully, that your appointment doesn't last too long. You can get in and out.
In and out, I'm hoping. What about like 45 minutes? I'm thinking maybe less. I don't know. I don't remember how long the last one was when I went for my first root canal. I think it was only like a half hour, maybe. I don't think it's no, obviously, right? It's not going to be no like 5-hour operation or anything like that. But
No, I remember one time I had one done. Of course, the dentist office was like what, triple booked. So yeah, I ended up like I was there for 3 hours for a 45-minute procedure. Like, yeah, thank you.
Nurse, hold this right here. I'll be right back in 20 minutes. Got to go to the next room. You're in the middle of my operation here. Where are you going? Can't hold my tongue like this for long.
Yeah.
Oh, stay like that. Don't move. Okay, where the hell are you going?
Dude, I'm holding it. You can hold it. Get back here.
See, I'm holding more than my tongue right now, so you better hurry up.
Parrot Head says, gotta go to work later, Cap.
Hey, later, Parrot Head. Hopefully, your day goes well.
I think I better do the same here. So later, guys. Take care.
Later, Crimson.
Yeah,
Always good to talk to you.
Later, Crimson. Later, bud.
And of course, you're welcome for the wrench, Keely Chow.
JP's Tabernacle says that episode of Friends where Ross's teeth were creepy white.
Oh my!
Matt.
Yeah, LDG will have figure out a way to make his teeth that creepy white color.
Right.
Of course, he'll still appear on. Of course, he'll appear on screen as green, blue, orange, whatever color, but his teeth will be white somehow.
You're all reminding me that I've got to call a dentist about an issue I have with my tooth, and I've been putting it off for about 3 days now.
Yeah, I've been putting this off for a whole year. I've had these because what the original thing that happened was I had to fillings come out.
Mm-hmm.
So the fillings came out like over a year ago, and I've been kind of like winging it until now.
Oh, I hear you. This problem I've had with my tooth is over 2 years old, and I've just said, "Oh, I'll manage it." Apparently, it's just about at the point where it's unmanageable, and I should go to the dentist now. And I was stalling
Yeah.
because I didn't have the name of a good dentist, and now I do. And it's like, damn, now I got to call.
Yeah.
So now my phone and the card with the dentist number on it are in different rooms. That's how I'm dealing with it today.
And then after that, it's I gotta go to the doctors and have them look at my carpal tunnel syndrome I have in my left hand.
Hmm.
That's really scaring the hell out of me.
Yeah.
I thought I was having a heart attack.
Well,
Your
we
left
may
hand
not,
goes numb.
Really?
not good. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Well, it's not the whole hand. That's why I figured I'm pretty sure it's carpal tunnel because I'm like 99% sure. I gotta go to the doctors, but it only happens when I hold my arm a certain way, like on the table, like if I lean on the table or if I have my arm up to type on the keyboard, and if I like put pressure on my arm a certain way, then my index finger, my middle finger, and my thumb will start tingling.
Sounds more
And
like
they
a
said that
circulatory issue. But
Well, no,
I
no,
haven't
no.
looked at.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I thought too. But then they said carpal tunnel. That's exactly what happens. A heart
Hmm.
attack, your whole arm will go numb. Like
Right.
your whole hand, the whole thing will start going numb.
Yeah.
Carpal tunnel, it'll only be when you put pressure on the muscle, which like does something with the nerves that go through your wrist.
Yeah.
Like it kind of short circuits two of them. And it only controls, they said you'll only feel it in your middle finger, first finger, and your thumb. You won't feel it across my other two fingers, fine. My last pinky and my ring finger never felt numb, never felt tingly. It's literally isolated to the first three fingers. And then it kind of goes up the hand a little bit, but like stops around the wrist. It never goes past the wrist. And that's where the carpal tunnel is. It's in that wrist area. So I think I have either maybe some kind of weird growth or something in there. So maybe I might have to get surgery to get that fixed because I can't have my hand going numb. I'm a fucking computer guy. I need my hands. I'd rather lose a leg than a hand. I will lose a foot any day. If they had right now, you had to lose one or the other. I'd be like, take my foot. I can't not have a hand.
Yeah.
Well,
So
About 10 years ago, I faced a situation where it was possible I would lose a leg. Not terribly likely, but that was in the cards. And they saved the leg. But afterwards, I decided if that had happened, if they had to amputate the leg, I would have gotten a T-shirt that says, "Lose weight now, ask me how."
Ow. Oh, that was worth the pain. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ow. Well, with any luck, I don't know if they're doing both teeth today. I think they're just doing the root canal, but I'm hoping the pain that I've been feeling is from the tooth they're working on today. So we'll see when I get back. Hopefully I feel a whole lot better. I should be on a little bit of drugs, so I should be definitely feeling better.
that I hope so.
I think they're just going to numb me. I don't think they're actually going to put me on anything. I don't think. I'm pretty sure they're going to put that gas mask on your face for a little laughing gas or whatever the hell. But maybe
Oh,
a
I
little bit of
wish.
that maybe.
No, they'll get the injections out, give you a couple in
Yeah,
the mouth.
That's the worst of it. That's the worst. That's the shit I hate. Like when people talk about being scared about dentists, I'm not scared about anything except for those god dang shots, because they stick it right in between the back of your like right in the middle of like where your top jaw connects to your bottom jaw. That
Mhm.
space in between. Oh my lord, dude, that shit hurts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's literally like you're trying to pull a Burnham. You know how Burnham got shoved into that wall of programmable matter? It's like what you wish you can do when he has that needle in your mouth and you can't push your head back anymore because you're in that seat and you wish your head would just go past the seat. Push it back so hard.
Thomas Potts says, you've got 3 tiny cavities. Should take a minute. Okay, 1 done. See you next week for the other and 2 weeks for the third. That's got
Yeah.
insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that tends to be we're going to charge you for 3 visits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, fuck you. Do it in 1 visit. No, but that would make sense. Be logical.
One is having anything logical.
And greetings, Mountains of Elysium.
Hello, mountains.
Well, saying goodbye to my stimulus check. Thank you so much, government.
But don't worry, they gave $10 million to Pakistan to fund gender studies.
Yeah.
Yep.
We can be thankful that they have these other programs that were covered so that we could get nothing. Okay, thank you.
You know, sometimes reading history makes things worse. I mean, not really worse, but just makes you more angry for a moment. Such as,
Yes.
Roman citizenship was so valuable that you bought it. If you were born to it, great. But if you weren't, you had to buy it. I mean, obviously, that's pretty much what happens now with legal fees. But point being, you just had to flat out buy the thing. And people really valued it because you had more rights than non-citizens within the Roman Empire. And today, it seems like being a citizen of America gives you fewer rights than non-citizens.
Correct.
I'm not saying it's true, just what it starts to seem like. And it's worrying me. I could be entirely wrong. I've not lived a life as an illegal alien in America, for example. So maybe I'm talking completely wrong here.
But that's the way it appears.
Starting to appear that way, yeah. Mountains of Elysium. Don't do what my grand aunt did. When the dentist stuck the injection in her mouth, she kicked him in the balls and it snapped the needle.
Oh. Ouch.
Okay. Point taken. Thanks for the update.
I kind of wonder when they were looking for money for the stimulus, Trump was like, "Hey guys, did you find anything?" And they said,
"Found anything yet? We ain't found shit."
Thank you, Tuvok. Hey, Mando Mark.
Hey, Mando Mark, what's up?
All right, guys, I gotta head out. Time to pay the piper. Take care. I should be fine. I'll hit you guys up. Pretty sure Captain will still be streaming, right? Or
never know.
Never know, right? All right. Be good, everybody. Old Media Guy, Captain, Mountains, everybody in the chat. I miss you. Goodbye.
Goodbye, man. Thomas Bott says, don't worry. When the impeachment hearings are done in a few weeks, Congress will get back to dealing with this dangerous virus.
Mm-hmm. I have no doubt that things will continue. No doubt.
There's certainly a lot of evidence that government treats the virus as dangerous when it wants to.
Correct.
And I personally do believe it is dangerous based on what it's done to people I know. But the way they've dealt with it, yeah, certainly not a passing grade for me anyway.
Unfortunately, it has been given more attention and credit than it's due. There have been more severe flu seasons that have been overlooked, and this has shut down everything. No. No, it's time for the world to open back up again. These shutdowns aren't helping. And I was talking on another stream, and let's see here, who was it? Can't think of his name. From Ireland, happened to be on there saying that the suicide rate in Ireland is up 800%.
Oh,
Because
wow. It looks like my dog really wants to go out, so I'll be right back.
no problem. Let's see here. Don't do it. Yeah, that would be so hard. And what's going on, Mando Merc? And the link is in the chat if somebody would like to come on. By the way, Thomas, you will need to check out Jedi Bill's stream. There are a couple of things I'm sure you'd like to clip out. So, just for fun. Anyhow, let's see here. Anyone having anything going on this afternoon? I know that Birdo Prey 5 is going to have his usual Deep Space Nine Wednesday stream. I don't recall what time. Might be I don't remember. It's either 3 or 4 Central. That's usually when it is. But let's see here. I'm listening as Mountains Elysium. I'm listening as I cook dinner. Braised steak and butter fried mushrooms. Oh my God, with green potatoes. I want that. Mountains. I do. That sounds utterly wonderful.
Braised steak, butter fried mushrooms, and green potatoes.
Oh, I want
I'm
that.
suddenly going full Hobbit right now. So, Captain, have you seen Hamilton?
Hamilton. Nope.
I finally broke down and watched it the other night.
Really?
Yeah, I say broke down not because I'd heard bad things about it, but because if things are overhyped, I tend to go, it's usually overhyped because it's not that good. Well, in this case, it really was that good.
Wow.
Yeah, it really is a work of genius. This guy is absolutely fantastic. In a sense, he has a broader range of composition abilities than the Beatles. And when I say this guy, I mean Lin-Manuel Miranda, the guy who wrote 70% of the show, stars in it, has produced a number of albums based on Hamilton. And he mixes so many different styles. And there is a political message to it, but the way I saw it was the best of left and right political positions merged and fused into one show. I don't know if he sees it that way.
Right.
But I was seeing the left and the right, the best thereof, in what was happening. That what the place that is virtuous was something that most people on the left and right would agree on.
Yeah.
Which I thought was quite amazing, because in this day and age, you don't normally do that. But there was that whole debacle when Mike Pence went to see it, and the cast addressed him directly, and Trump got mean about it on Twitter and such. And based on what I saw of that show, you would not expect Lin-Manuel to say anything like that, as mean as what Trump was implying. So what I saw was balanced in the best possible sense, with a great plot, great music, great action, some truly innovative touches as far as stage drama goes. For one thing, you think about it, you're given the task of dramatizing a cabinet meeting in George Washington's administration.
Wow.
In such a way that people will enjoy it. Right? Most people, if they hear that, they go, yeah, you know what? I got to walk my dog. Good luck with that. So he has to do this twice. There's two different cabinet meetings he dramatizes in Hamilton. And the way he does it is he makes it a rap battle. I thought that was just brilliant.
Wow. Wow. That's rather not something I would have considered. Let's see here. We've got somebody backstage.
Hey, and
Hey,
B.
bud. Hey, old media guy. Like the new Avatar. Or
Thank you.
maybe an old one. It's the first time I've seen it.
It's a new one. Yitzi made it for me.
Thought that was a Yitza original.
Yeah.
It's very nice. Definitely has the noir look to it.
Yes. Yes, that was my idea, and the two blondes were his.
I like the noir look. Hold on a second. Okay.
She was up all night.
Big surprise.
All
All right.
She was so tired she was only thinking. She's asleep.
Sorry about that. It's a busy day. Old media guy. I don't know. God, sometimes I can't remember who's been in and who hasn't. Busy day trying to get the move, working on the move, making all the paperwork and all that fun stuff.
Oh, you're moving?
Yeah, that's why I say that, because I don't know who's all been in and knows about it. Yeah, my wife and I, we're moving from South Carolina to the Indiana-Illinois border. Our daughter is pregnant, and her family lives in Indiana. My family lives right across the river from St. Louis. So we tried to find a place that was about a good, reasonable blend between the two drives. So it's going to be about 2.5, 3 hours, depending on which side we go to. But it's going to be a whole lot better than the 10, 12-hour drives we do now. And sorry, had to swallow. No, God, that sounded so dirty after I said that. Jesus Christ.
Thomas
I know
Potts,
Cap is
please
laughing his
clip.
ass off now.
Please, Thomas, please clip that.
You're
And
lucky
Thomas doesn't think we need him on
lucky I let
YouTube.
you make fun of me, man. I wouldn't blame you. I would clip that too because I'm like, oh my God, I just said that. Anyway, so pretty much just, doing all the logistical nightmares and stuff like that. But overall, good. Oh, hey, good news, Cap. I went in and
Yes.
got my, I had to get my, remember how I went in on Monday? I got my 72-hour blood work back. They gave me a call, much better. They wanted me to go in for an ultrasound, but I was like, I've already had one. I know I have a little bit of fatty liver. My doctor's aware of it. I'm going to be doing another set of blood work in about 3 weeks when I go for my 6-month. And then if she feels the need, she'll schedule me for an ultrasound. But my levels are going back down, which is exactly where I want that. So.
And yes, Joseph, good girl swallow. Are you implying that NB's a girl? Ooh. Ooh.
Unless I'm the bearded lady, I'm not passing for a girl yet, Joseph. Sorry. Unless I'm the bearded lady with a very heavy amount of testosterone, I'm not passing for a female. You doing all right, buddy?
Been better. Been
Rough
worse.
day.
Oh yeah.
Hey, what'd you think of that little I don't know if you got a chance to see that test run I was working on for my videos. I was working on a panel the other day. I didn't know if you got a chance to see it.
No, I didn't. Unfortunately, I haven't.
Well, here I'll show you. I'll show you a little bit, and then I'll kind of show you. Yitza also looked at it, and I sent it to him, and he worked on a couple of alternatives, and I'll show you which ones. And of course, Yitza, being the professional he is, made him look quite a bit better. But I gave him something to work with, and of course, he made it better. That's how that always works.
Yes.
It's like storyboard art. You got the people who do the storyboard art, and eventually it comes into something spectacular. So here, I'll show you this. This is just, I was working, I want to work on doing some 10-minute videos, just little videos on like shows I've watched, and just kind of give a nice quick synopsis, what I thought of it. Not anything derogatory, nothing with heavy spoilers, just kind of my honest opinion and what I think of it overall, and go from there. So I'll show you. Let's see. I still have that. Here you go.
So 10 minutes about the show, another 15 minutes for NB's opinion.
Nah, nothing like that. I'm going to try and keep them about 10 minutes long. Nothing more. 15 max. So this was one of my first concepts. This is what I worked on last night. This was kind of what I finished up with before I left. This was my second idea. This was the next part before I went to bed. And then I'll show you kind of what Yitza came up with for a couple options. This is one of Yitza's ideas. I kind of like this one better, except for I'd line up presents a little bit more. But overall, I do like this. And then, of course, this was also very good. But I like the way he was kind of showing me the setup there. It's more about the setup than it is the, I guess the setup, the layout, the way he was able to put it together. I thought, no, these look great. I can definitely work with this. And I appreciate the fact that he took the effort this morning. Considering I worked on this last night, I was surprised that he would even have time. I know he's a busy man.
Actually, if the presents were centered the way you're talking about, it would off-center it to the rest of the text, and it would look odd. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it's just because of my military background. I'm so used to having everything centered.
It would be off-centered either way.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Okay.
I thought
I see your point there.
I agree with MB. It didn't look quite right.
It didn't look quite right, but I'm trying to figure out how could be fixed without. It's almost like the NB would have to be moved over.
The NB needs to be flush with the presents.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I think that might. Oh, I see the problem here. Hold on a second. It's not. There we go. I'll show you this real quick. I think I know what the problem was. I think that the way it was set up, it just wasn't set center. So here, I'll show you the screenshot again real quick. I think I fixed that. Yeah, take a look at that. Yeah, I kind of might need to get moved over just a little. No, there it is. Now, should we flush with the side or the bottom? Oh, there you go. There we go.
I'd
That's
still have
pretty-
the P. I'd still have the P flush with the N.
Yeah.
I think that's what he did there. That's why it looked off center. But you know, like I said, it's nice to have a little bit of feedback, and gives me a little more to work with. And it was very nice of him to take the time to do it this morning.
Oh, yes. And let's see here. So what's going on, Yosef? Did you finally finish your walk? Or are you still walking and then texting as you listen? Oh. Ow. So, you have any videos that you're planning on coming out, old media guy?
I am. This Saturday is going to be me looking at the first half of the original Dalek story from Doctor Who back in 1963-64. So first 4 episodes of that. That's going to be, that's what I look at. That's what I release on Saturday. And then I think next week, Wednesday, is my video about Police Squad. I think that's what it is. So today was the classic Star Trek film series. Next week, I think, is Police Squad. And the Police Squad video, I had the most fun making that out of any of these for obvious reasons.
Police Squad.
I'm thinking of doing a new media video on Mischief Theater, the people who make the Goes Wrong show. The only reason I haven't yet is that the copyright police are going to come get me, of course, if I do that. And I'm getting annoyed with the copyright police. But I'd like a way to use my channel to promote them without losing all my copyright, you know?
Yeah.
So here's an idea for YouTube if they're listening. Obviously, if I take their video, download it, and put it up on my site, that's an infringement. I get that, and I wouldn't do it.
Right.
But what about a soft link to their video, which is when you see my videos, you see one of theirs, but it's not that I'm hosting it, it's they're hosting it. I'm just saying, hey, look at this video, click on this link.
Cap, your numbers have gone up a little bit. You're up to 316.
Actually, that's down.
What were you up to last time?
319.
Last time I saw it, it was 312.
So I was surprised this morning when I was getting ready to get on. I was at 319, and then when I was getting ready to come on now, I looked and it's like, oh, okay, well, that's down. Oh well, that happens.
Cap. I've noticed a lot of times. I've noticed, you get that 3, that 1 to 3 ratio. It's like you get 3 and then you lose 3, or you get 1, you lose 1. You're kind of like, what the fuck is going on here?
Oh, see, I did go up by at least, like you said, 312.
Yeah.
So I went up by 7. I lost 3. So I'm still on the plus side, but it's just kind of like, really? Yeah, you suck.
It's just how the game is played, buddy.
Yeah, let's see here. Mountains Elysium. I got a copyright claim on my channel. 8 years after uploading on my other channel. Yeah.
I can believe it. Oh,
And thank you
the
for
way
putting
to
that.
avoid a copyright claim is to use clips that are 13 seconds or less.
Trust me, they've marked people for less than that.
Mhm.
yeah. Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom comes to mind.
Yeah.
He got a copyright strike. Do you know about that one, old media guy?
No, I haven't heard about it.
He got a
Oh,
copyright
yeah.
claim for using static.
What?
No,
Uh-huh.
we're not joking.
Wow.
It was like not the whole video, not the whole audio he used from a newsreel, but it was the static that got him the copyright strike.
Wow.
I'm like, who can copyright static? It's like copywriting white noise. That's, you would think that would be impossible.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, they will.
Well, there's a large prime number that the US government has more or less claimed. Copyright's not the right term, but if you mess with that number, you're going to get it, sort of thing, because they base all of their cryptography on that particular number.
Huh.
Fortunately, it's big enough we don't run across it in everyday life. But yeah, the idea that if you mess with that number, you'll get visited by the feds. It's like, really?
Yeah, right. Because they have all that time in the world. Trust me, worked in the military for 20 years. If the FBI and the rest of them are anything like ours, trust me, they're probably stretched thinner than we were.
And Mountains of Elysium, Twitter seems to be either purging or people are leaving in droves. I've lost 70 plus followers since New Year's Day. And yes, they're purging.
There's also a lot of people leaving. I'm quite frankly, I'm about ready to just call it a day. I could care less if my account gets suspended anymore. If it does, I'm not creating another one. I'm gonna be done. I got most everybody on other platforms I can find. I don't need that anymore. I was only keeping it around. The only reason I even came back was because of most of you guys, so I could send DMs and shit. Past that, I just don't care anymore. It's basically a bitch platform, and I've had my fun with those people, but it gets old after a while.
True. And Mountains of Elysium, Karoga could copyright the sound of passengers screaming in terror as they come into, let's call it, landing on Karoga Air. That would be correct.
How sad is it we all know what the joke is there? That shows you how much we've been hanging out together for a while.
There's nothing like flying on Karoga Airlines.
And there's nothing like landing on it because nobody ever lands.
Ah. And speaking of Karoga Air,
Hello world, it's Berto Prey 5, Kapla.
Kapla.
Kapla. Okay, what are you going to say?
What am I going to say about what?
Well, I was assuming that you came on in regard to Mountains of Elysium's copyright thing. Copyright comment, that's what I was going to say.
I came on because I finished my doctor's appointment.
Ah, cool.
Who's copywriting who?
Well, according to Mountains of Elysium.
I'm reading it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll claim copyright, sure. Who can I sue?
And so how did the doctor's appointment go?
They say it doesn't look too good.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to cut my face off and start again.
Well,
Oh, can I get into that surgery because you know, it look a little more respectable.
Well, let's see here. No, I'll be nice.
That's a first. You never nice.
sorry, Captain.
Hey, what? I'm probably one of the most insulted people on this channel.
And let's see here.
I'm gonna have a Klingon face surgically implanted.
Cool. With or without ridges?
With
Ah. Will it be a real Klingon or will it be a Klingork?
Klingon, obviously.
Hang on.
Thomas wants me to report all his videos.
What? For what? What in the world
Copyright
would you...
infringement, obviously.
Thomas, we need you around, so...
Okay, Cap, looks like I gotta go.
Okay, well, I'm glad you were able to join me. Thank you very much.
You bet. Thanks for the invite. NB, Bird of Prey, Thomas, Mountains, everyone in the chat. See you later.
Take care.
And yes, speaking of the devil, it's Bird of Prey 5. So what did you see the doctor for, actually? Other than a face transplant or whatever.
It wasn't a face transplant. It was actually an ass transplant.
Ah, an ass transplant. Cool. And whose ass would you choose to transplant?
No, I was selling mine to the highest bidder.
Ah.
There were no bidders.
I was going to say, if you were looking for a new ass, you could always use never mind. So you're selling your ass. Well, that's an interesting. Thomas?
No, not in that way.
Oh, it's perfect for what I should use Neelix's kitchen for. What happened to old media guy? I walk away for 30 seconds, go to the bathroom, and all of a sudden he's gone. It's the sound of silence. Anybody here?
No one here.
Oh, don't
Captain
expect me
Track
to do all the talk.
might be having computer issues.
Okay.
I'm still here.
You're
Was
still
having
here.
mic issues.
Mic
Wow.
issues.
Mike.
No, as I was saying, if you were looking for a transplant for your ass, you can always use NB.
The only
I'm sorry, I
reason
was
you
looking
can
for a
insult me,
transplant for my ass.
you know
What?
what? You know what, Cat? The only reason you can get away with insulting me that much is because you know I'll take it. You know I'll have fun with it.
And let's see here. What about Brie Larson? Yes,
Cares
No,
what-
maybe she bid on my ass.
Oh, that's true.
Ugh. Well, at least you have an ass. She sure as hell doesn't.
Maybe that's why she would be a perfect bidder for him. Then she could have one.
You'll probably make 2 out of it if she cuts it right.
I cannot believe I have to write this saying I have no child care expenses.
Who are you writing it to?
The mortgage lender. There are certain documents they need, which is most of them are easy, and I've done most of them. But I'm kind of like, they're like childcare expenses. I'm like, what do you mean, like daycare and stuff? They're like, yeah. I'm like, my kids don't go to daycare. Oh, we'll just fill this out. Yeah. Well, I'm like, they're like, oh, we need something that says whether or not you have daycare. I'm like, okay, I don't have daycare. Oh, just write a letter. I'm like, fine, I'll make an MFR. It's called a memorandum for record. I'm like, fine, I'll just write the stupid. This is how I'm writing it. As of this date, my family and I have no child care expenses, which is total bullshit because, of course, I have child care expenses. I still have
I was
children,
going
but
to say,
I know what they
about
mean.
feeding them?
They don't count that. They're talking about daycare and stuff. So I'm just writing a one short sentence here.
Okay.
You can
yes,
tell
sir,
that they're Karogan Orphan certified.
Yes, Patrick. 1 hour, 20 minutes walking in freezing cold. Nice. Well, now that
Oh,
you're not
God.
walking in freezing cold, get your ass on here.
Walking in a winter wonderland.
Walking in a winter wonderland.
Well, at least Thomas found what he's looking for.
What was he looking for?
Let's see here. 5 AT trailer he did on YouTube said it's available now on his website, but can't find it. Never mind, found it. So whatever
It was in
for.
the yeah. It was in the members only section for a while. Then it went to his regular section. I haven't watched it yet. Discovery 2.0. Who the hell wants Discovery 2.0? I didn't want Discovery 1.0.
Yeah.
Are you guys actually going to talk about that next? Are you guys actually going to talk about the next season
The next
when
season?
it comes out?
If it comes out?
Yeah, say the next season. If the next season comes out, are you going to watch it?
Oh, hell yeah. I'll watch it if it comes out. I have to. It has Star
Yeah.
Trek in the name.
Well, you're braver people than I am. Because I sure as hell I'm not going to watch it. I tried my damnedest and I couldn't even get it. Couldn't get through it worth a crap.
I could send you a you can make an unboxing video, Bird. I'll send you a official Krogan Star Trek memorabilia.
Official Krogan Star Trek memorabilia.
Mm-hmm. I'll just find.
I'm confused, but you've got me curious.
Well, you see, all I'll do is I'll put an official Star Trek label on a box of dog poop.
That works.
And it will be the official Discovery Star Trek memorabilia. But my question is, should it have a window, or should the box just be solid?
Should be a window. All boxes should have windows.
Okay. Then that means I'm going to have to shape one like a starship or... Oh, no, I'll just make it look like a... say it's a asteroid. How about that?
It's fine with me.
Unfrickin' believable.
Yes, sir, Patrick. The video AT... The AT video is good. Watched it. Could be a hit series.
Bullshit hit series.
Does Mountains of Elysium, does Andy Tucker dislike Discovery as much as he hates First Contact?
A good question.
Let's see. Speaking of that, let me go to this real quick. Let's go to uploads and where'd it go? Got it. Let's go with open video link. And there. And I'm going to wait for a second while it loads because it takes forever.
Thank God I paid attention in IT school.
Paid attention to what? I mean, I paid attention
I'm an IT
also, but not to the classwork.
I'm an IT repair guy. I'm also a troubleshooter, so that's just my forte. Whereas like Yitza is a graphics art designer and LDG is an arrogant bastard, but he's also smart as hell. We have just, we have different flavors.
And hello, Yosef. What's going on?
Typical American military guy, shooter. He's immediately a shooter. At least he shoots troubles. Yeah. Hi, NB. Just joking.
Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Don't hit me.
Don't shoot him.
Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me.
I don't have any weapon that could get that far.
And
anyway, why would I want to? I don't take shit I rarely take shit personally. Sure as hell ain't gonna take it personally from Captain.
Let's see here.
I'm the most I quite frankly think if I went through the last year of videos, I'm probably the most insulted person by him.
You know what? Bird has the same problem with
absolute most.
All right. And now, speaking of AT and his opinion of First Contact.
Coming in at number 4, the absolute most overrated of all the Star Trek films, and that is Star Trek First Contact. On my list, I put it as second to last, and I hate this movie. Yeah, this
I
movie
am so
completely
happy
butchered
somebody
the,
clipped
the
that.
characterizations of the Next Generation cast, as well as absolutely ruining and taking a giant dump on the greatest villain that they ever came up with. And so, yeah. And you can see the numbers there. I don't want to go over them because they're too darn good. This movie does not deserve a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. Coming in at number 4.
Yeah, Anti-Checker is wrong as well about the JJ movies. So, but because he hates Beyond the most of them 3, and I'm basically with the consensus of the majority that is the best of the 3 movies. And honestly, I despise the second one.
I think the majority think the first is the best.
No, the first is not the best. The first has plot holes that are bigger than the singularity that they came through with Spock and Nero. It's basically if you don't know the comics or you don't watch the deleted scenes, you get the feeling that Nero was sitting in space for 30 odd years, or I don't know how old Kirk was, since the timeline is completely messed up.
20s.
Or in his 20s, so that Nero sat in that space, in that part of space for over 20 years. This is literally what you get from the movie if you watch it. His motivation is unclear because he just says it's.
Are you saying he didn't sit in space for 20 years?
No, he was in Klingon prison and they escaped from Klingon prison.
Klingon prison? That doesn't
Yes.
make any sense, Joseph. How could he escape from Klingon prison and get his ship back? You
Don't
saying the
ask.
Klingons left his ship just hanging out?
Don't ask me. He escaped from a Klingon prison. After he came and created all the havoc with all the Federation ships and destroyed
The USS Kelvin.
the USS Kelvin. He was captured by the Klingons and ended up in a Klingon prison where he spent with his crew, where he was tortured for over 20 years, and then he escaped from the Klingon prison. Go and look for the deleted scenes.
That's why they
from the
deleted
movie.
them, because they said it made no. They admitted it made no sense. It was like it did not fit in the story. That's why they didn't do it.
And honestly, the only when we are talking about Klingons, they didn't show the Klingons in the first movie because they all were wearing like some, I don't know,
face
They were
covering,
wearing
mask.
face covers
face
and
stuff.
face masks and everything.
Probably
But
there was a pandemic going on Kronos.
that's possible. But I can tell you one thing: if with Discovery, if they re-imaged the Klingons the way they did re-image the Klingons in the second JJ movie, the Into Darkness movie, when they went to Kronos and everything, I would be completely fine with it. I didn't mind that design of Klingons at all. If you
Yeah, I
remember,
know
if
you
you
minded yeah, you probably got pissy about the same thing a lot of people did, and I'm probably one of the unpopular ones because I actually really enjoy that movie. I don't care. I think, and this is going to be one of the most unpopular opinions you're going to have, but it's me. and I don't care.
I,
Khan is
I'm
one
not
of
taking
the
you.
most overrated fucking villains in all of Star Trek. He was in 2 fucking episodes. He was in 1 episode, 1 movie. Yes, Ricardo Montalban did a great performance.
2 movies.
No, he was only in 1 movie. Okay,
Uh,
Into Darkness, yes, Benedict Cumberbatch in. And
yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm going to be the first one to say, and no, actually, I'm not sorry about this. I like Benedict Cumberbatch as an actor more than I liked Ricardo Montalban.
And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. With that one, Cumberbatch was fantastic as Sherlock Holmes. Cumberbatch was fantastic as Doctor Strange. Cumberbatch was great in what was the movie with the Enigma machine?
Beautiful Mind?
No, not
actually,
Beautiful Mind.
not
That
one.
was Russell Crowe. But you know the movie I'm talking about, right? The World War II movie, where
one
he
based
is
on Alan Turing.
Alan Turing. Yeah. No, you haven't seen that movie. It was fantastic movie. He delivered a fantastic. Cumberbatch is a perfect actor, but the problem, what was my problem with Into Darkness is basically JJ did the same with the first Star Wars movie he directed with The Force Awakens. He basically took the plot of Star Trek, the first Star Wars movie, A New Hope, and he basically copy pasted the plot into The Force Awakens, and he did basically take over scenes from The Wrath of Khan, and he just put it there, and he took over. He took the character of Khan. If it was John Harrison, or if it was any other character of those 72 augmented humans that were on the Botany Bay, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. But he literally took Khan again, and this is something that bothered me. And and the problem is when I watched the movie in the theater, I was like, okay, I liked it. It was cheesy. It was a popcorn cinema and everything. But I honestly started to hate the movie when we did the Cinema Saturday with Bert, and we watched the movie there. I literally was watching the movie and I was like, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, despite everything that's happening in the movie. Because when you just think about the basic plot, it was completely okay. There were like the idiotic stuff that JJ does all the time with how far is Kronos from Earth, the transwarp beaming crap, and all that stuff. I even when I put aside those things, I just hated the copy pasted lines and copy pasted plots from Wrath of Khan. I can't get over it.
See, I guess maybe I'm different. I don't see that many similarities between the 2 Khans. I think they're
Okay.
like
Forget
well,
about the fact that there were
yeah, thanks,
similarities
buddy.
or not.
Interrupt me. Yeah, I love it.
Khan,
I always get interrupted. Thanks.
no, you don't. In fact, you usually interrupt. Now, as I was saying,
Did you hide him?
yes, the very fact that they had Khan in it was an issue.
Yeah.
And that is my problem with it. Number 2, NB, you tend to take over my streams. I don't like that. I'm going to start taking you out when I don't want to hear you.
Put him back.
I'll put him back now.
I want NB. NB?
He's back.
Oh, I'm
I
back.
don't know
I'm
if he's
just
there.
no. Now I'm thinking my words very carefully about what I'm going to say.
Oh, I just don't want to have a feud here. Bert, are you with me?
Bird.
Bert, will you protect me
I'm
if they
here.
fight? Because
I'm
they
here.
might fight.
I
No, we're not.
I
No,
don't think it
no. I'm
was.
going to tell you right now. No, I'm going to make it very clear. I'm not going to fight with Cap on his channel. Cap, this is his channel. He wants me here, he can have me. He wants to kick me off, he can. I don't have an issue with that. But I'm not going to, but you know, I'm not going to change who I am, but I'd like to think I've been a lot more respectful and really have tried to work on things. And when it comes to me talking over people, I don't mean to sound rude, Cap, but this is how I am. You get stepped over a lot on your own channel, and I don't take over your channel. It's just when there's a shit ton of dead air for more than 5 seconds and nobody else out of however many people are talking, that's not good.
You have talked over people. You have interrupted people. You have intentionally, I have tried to move on, and you have gone back to a topic that
you
was
mad at me
done
about
with.
All right.
I
Are you
want
upset
to
with me
move
about
on.
something?
That means I want to move on.
Okay. Are you mad at me about something? Did I piss you off? No, I mean, I'm serious. Did I do something wrong here? Because I feel like there's I'm sorry, but it seems like I get a lot of shit, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong here? I'm trying to be respectful, trying to be a nice guy. I'm trying to, but I'm also gonna be who I am. Is a big, you know, so sorry, but I take the brunt. But I've been on enough of your streams. I take the brunt of all the insults.
That's
You make
fine.
fun of me for everything, from my
That's
looks
right. Then
to the amount I talk to the way I talk.
Then don't come back. And on
Captain,
that
come
note,
on.
Captain, come on.
He was good. He was talking today. There was some time he was filling in dead space.
yeah, he decided to leave, so I don't care. That's fine.
I
And
didn't
yes,
think that this was called for.
and you're welcome to that opinion, Joseph.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I have no problem with it. And since there are going to be people that are going to agree with or disagree with me for that, that's fine. I'll go ahead and end the stream. Thank you all for coming.